If you think wrestling drama is all staged, think again. This week on Raw, things got real. First up, we've got Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. It's gonna be lit. And hold on to your seats because Sami Zayn faces off against CM Punk. Who's your money on? And let's talk Royal Rumble. Main event. Jey Uso had the crowd chanting "Yeet" louder than ever. Plus the queen herself, Charlotte Flair, made an appearance. Epic, right? Talk about drama. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for all the juicy details. Wrestling fans, this is one Raw you won't forget.
Hello, everyone. We are live. It is the Around the Ballpark podcast. It is February 3rd, 2025, and it is that time again, Monday night. We are live for Monday Night Raw. We've got a lot of exciting action that's going to take place tonight. We just first off want to thank, there's already 30 of you guys in here. So I just wanted to say thank each and every one of you for being here with us tonight. And this is going to be exciting because this is the first Monday Night Raw since the Royal Rumble, which took place just 2 nights ago. And what a Royal Rumble it was. Only 4 matches, but so much happened in that evening. I can't wait to break everything down to you. But tonight, as you know, we've got an exciting night. We've got Sami Zayn against CM Punk as a Royal Rumble or a Elimination Chamber qualifier match. We already know that John Cena has automatically qualified just on his resume alone, so he does not have to even qualify to get in. He's already there, and rightfully so. He's put the work in, so no complaints from me on that one. John Cena has earned the right to be in that match, so excited to see that. Also, we are going to see Liv Morgan tonight take on Io Sky in a women's qualifier. So there's no one's qualified just yet on the women's side. So that's going to be taking place. And I'm just making sure we are live on Facebook as well. Yes, we are. Awesome. So just wanted to make sure that is working. But again, thank each and every one of you. I am riding solo tonight. It's just going to be me here on the podcast. We're going to go until just before 10 o'clock. We're not going to be live the entire 2.5-hour episode. Have to pick up the son from work. So going to be with you as long as possible. But go ahead and let us know you're here in the comments. We are up to 36 viewers live, so that is awesome. So thank each and every one of you. With that said, we are now getting to kick off the show with main event Jey Uso. The crowd is going nuts, and Cleveland needs something to cheer about. Let's be honest. They've had a really rough year and swing of things, and we already got the news that Myles Garrett wants to be traded from the Cleveland Browns, so they need this little pick-me-up here tonight. So Jey Uso rocking the orange tonight. So that's pretty awesome. But again, thank each and every one of you for joining us here. This show could not be possible without our sponsor, Nashville Tax Solutions. And you see there at the bottom, whether you need to file years of missing returns, a current year return, or you need relief from a tax lien or levy, Nashville Tax Solutions has the solution for you. Expert team of tax professionals are dedicated to providing personalized solutions tailored to your unique situation. Don't let tax problems weigh you down. Contact Nashville Tax Solutions today. You can do so any number of ways, but you can let them guide you towards a brighter financial future. And you can see there at the bottom on the banner, call them. Their phone number is right there, 615-502-2250. You can check out their website at NashvilleTaxSolutions.com, or you can send them an email to info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. Nashville Tax Solutions, where tax resolution is achieved. And so, speaking of achieving, for the first time, and I want to say maybe 20 years, there was a Royal Rumble winner that was not predictable, right? Like we all thought it was going to be John Cena, it was going to be Roman Reigns, or the elephant in the room, CM Punk, or even perhaps Drew McIntyre. We didn't get that. We got main event Jey Uso and John Cena as the final two, and Jey Uso throws John Cena, well, kind of pushes him. It was kind of a unique elimination. He just kind of shoved him off the apron, and Jey Uso is now going to WrestleMania to challenge either Gunther or Cody Rhodes for their respective title. So I'm sure we're going to get that answer here tonight, most likely, as he's got sole possession of the ring, rightfully so. So again, if you are here, let us know you're here in the chat, in the comment section. There are over 40 of you here, so we want to make sure that your voice is heard if you are here. So if you have any questions at all, please let us know in the chat. We will be live again next week with Robert Shoemaker will be our guest host with me. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we will have Devon with us as well. So want to keep an eye out for both those two episodes. And that crowd is rocking tonight. And again, for those of you not familiar with the live stream watch along vibe, it is frowned upon. We cannot actually show you the episode of Monday Night Raw. So we're going to watch along. You can watch along with us. Go ahead and pull up Netflix and tune in to Monday Night Raw so we can watch this together. And any questions that you might have, we'll go ahead and I'll do my best to answer them for you. But again, we can't show you, but we can listen to it and we can talk about it. And that's just as good. So, because of course, right? Like we want people to tune into Netflix and we can't just stream that on YouTube. So hello, Marianne, or Mom, I should say. Welcome to the chat. And we are now up to 46 viewers. Super exciting. And please go ahead and not only hit that like button. That is so important for us here at the channel as we continue to grow. Please hit that like button, but make sure if you're watching us on X, a lot of you right now are live on X with us. If you are, please hit that subscribe button. It helps. We're trying to get to 1,750 subscribers. We are currently just over 1,700. So please help us get there. Share the word. Let us know you're here with us. And so we've got that logo of that WrestleMania 41 sign up there in the rafters as Jey Uso got to point to it last night with all the pyro. And his dad, Rikishi, so proud of him. And we are now at 50 viewers. That is now the new record for most people watching at one time. That is so exciting. Thank each one of you guys for that. My first time writing solo, so I get to talk. So that's cool. So let us know in the chat if you are with us. Who do you think he's going to choose? Do you think it's going to be? Oh, he's gonna yeet again. Why not? It's just him, Oos. But do you think? Let us know in the chat. Do you think it's going to be Gunther, or do you think he's going to choose Cody Rhodes, or is there any possibility that anyone becomes champion? I find it hard to believe that Gunther and Cody are going to go from February 3rd all the way to mid-April without defending their championships. That's a bit ridiculous. But let us know in the chat. Do you think it's going to be Gunther or Cody Rhodes that Jey Uso picks here in this spot? And so, hi, Eileen. My wife is here as well, showing some love from Facebook. And we are now up to 53 viewers, guys. 53 viewers. That is awesome. I love this chant, that you deserve it. There was way too much negativity on social media about Jey Uso winning. A lot of people upset that John Cena or their favorite CM Punk didn't win. But those are the same people screaming that the product is too predictable. And so how about we have someone win that's outside the box? And who's more deserving right now than the most popular talent on the roster, the guy who's wrestled the most matches this year? Jey Uso deserves this moment. All those other guys have had their moments. CM Punk, he maybe has not won the Royal Rumble, but he's had his moments. John Cena, he's had his moments. Roman Reigns was champion for 4 years. Jey Uso has put the work in and night out this year, and there's no one better right now. So yes, he does deserve it. And those of you watching on X right now, I'm going to make sure I get to any of your comments as well. Just want to make sure that I'm seeing that. Yes. Okay. Cool. So if you are on X right now, let us know you're here. And Brian Anderson, Jay definitely has been putting in the work. Yes, he has. Now we got to figure out how to get Jimmy Uso over. A lot of people say that Jimmy Uso's actually had the better in-ring work as of late. He kind of fell short a little bit at WrestleMania in that match with Jay Uso. So it's nice to see ever since Jimmy coming back on his own that he's really putting the work in and between the ropes, he's putting it together. So let's see if we can get that big Jim over. And we are 13 minutes in, and he's not said a word. This is, I guess, okay, because he is Jey Uso, and they have as much time on Netflix as they want. So who are we to tell him when he needs to start talking, right? And I'm just making sure that we can see all the comments from X. We are now up to 60 viewers. That is a new record, 60 viewers between the three platforms. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Trying to test the comments on X just to make sure that works. Let's see here. Doing a quick test, make sure. All right, so hopefully that post will come up here. We've already got 120 likes on X as well, so thank you guys. Just trying to figure out how to get the comments to show. But well, as we listen to Jay here. Okay. I don't think the crowd's going to let him speak too much. I'm digging the orange. I don't know about you guys, but I'm digging that orange shirt.
I came in the game like almost 15 years ago. Now, I try to make a good living with me and my twin brother to become professional wrestlers. As far as carrying on family legacy, I did that, which was cool. Then I fast forward to, pandemic era. I go with my cousins. Fast forward a little bit.
I think he yeeted a little too hard. He's a little out of breath there, as understandable. I mean, he came down from the top row of the arena and yeeted for 13 minutes. So I understand that. I get winded going to the mailbox. But yes, Devon says proud of him. Yes, and Devon will be our guest host 2 weeks from tonight. So make sure you're here for that. 2 weeks from today. That'll be the 17th of February, and Devon will be our guest host.
Tonight, I got it now.
And we are now up to 66 viewers, so thank you guys, especially you guys are showing out on X as well as Facebook and YouTube, so thank you. I think Jey Uso is forgetting what he wants to say. I think his emotions got a hold of him. He's just kind of pausing right now. So as he's stalling in the ring, I want to make sure you guys know what's to expect tonight. Like we said, we've got Liv Morgan taking on Io Sky in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And on the men's side, we have Sami Zayn against CM Punk. So the winner of that match will be the second person to qualify for the Elimination Chamber, because as we said earlier, John Cena just said that he's going in the match and he's going to win it. And he gets to because he's John Cena. So there's that.
I got it there because of every single one of you.
And if you are joining us for the first time on X, please hit that subscribe button. help us get to 1750, get us the word out there. We're new on X, and we're doing very, very well, so we want to keep that up. I saw a tear. That was a real tear. Eileen likes to sometimes say those are not real tears, but I think that was a real tear.
And because of you guys, I'm the 2025 Royal Rumble winner. And now, bro, I'm going into.
Yes, good point. That one time that Chris Jericho came back and didn't say a word. He came back a lot. Like, it was almost like clockwork. Like once every year and a half, he seemed to come back. And Gunther is cutting him off before he gets to even make his decision on which championship he's going after. The thing with the ring general Gunther is he had his match on Saturday night's main event, but one thing I missed about him being Intercontinental Champion was he defended that title almost every other week. And he's great on the mic, but it seems like right now on Monday, he's not getting that opportunity to perform. And I don't want to see him just hold that title all the way up till WrestleMania without another match. That's one thing negative about the whole gap between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania is sometimes because the Elimination Chamber match, if you win that one, you get to you go to WrestleMania as well. There's like a big pause on world title matches, and that's one thing that would benefit both SmackDown and Raw is to see that title defended more often than it is. So,
you know what, Jay? I would offer my congratulations here.
Gunther is going to be his little sarcastic self, I am sure.
For what? In reality, I'm disappointed. Because quite honestly, this year, this possible matchup, it doesn't appeal to me.
It doesn't appeal to Gunther. It should, because he's already 3-0 against Jey Uso, so he should take the match and be excited about it.
I need to lace my boots.
How many Royal Rumbles have you won, Gunther? Just saying.
And I learned box office, and I learned how to make all of them believe that I'm barely holding on to this championship. While in reality, I am always in control. You know what, Jay? This time, I refuse.
I agree, Devon. He's likely to take the belt off Gunther. Roman wins Elimination Chamber, then reclaims belt from Cody at Mania. So I agree with the first part of that. And I don't know where they go with Roman. I feel that the way to go is to have Jey Uso defeat Gunther at WrestleMania, but I have Fatu cause Roman Reigns the Elimination Chamber match. Somehow he gets in there, and you have Roman falling at WrestleMania to Jacob Fatu to really put him and get him over. That's the direction I would go. In terms of Cody Rhodes, I'm not sure at this point where they're going to go with them. I don't think it's going to be Cody and Roman, though. I do think that CM Punk wins Elimination Chamber and we get CM Punk Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I think he's pushing 50 years old, and this is the time to strike to have that match. And I understand it could cause Cody some damage in terms of fan appreciation and all that kind of stuff, because CM Punk is going to be the guy that is more popular in that scenario, I think, at least. But I think you have to go there. He has to have his main event opportunity.
I want you to understand something. If you choose me, Jay, every week is going to be hell, with WrestleMania being the most horrible display of violence this business has ever seen. I'm going to hurt you, Jay. I'm going to put you down like a diseased dog.
Has he actually said he's facing Gunther or chosen Gunther yet? Like, I feel like that's a part of the puzzle that hasn't been confirmed, unless I missed it somehow.
The good thing So I advise you.
Yes, the finish is the story thing. I know that's been overplayed a little bit, not as much as the best friends gimmicks. But again, Jay has not 100% said he's choosing Gunther.
Hold up. Ain't you not tired yet? I'm tired.
Well, Gunther has no reason to be tired. He hasn't wrestled in a while.
Everybody telling me what I can and can't be. I'm just a tag team guy. Not supposed to be in the main event. We're not supposed to win the Royal Rumble. Look. I'm gonna go to Friday Night SmackDown. I'm gonna holler at Cody. But brother, I'm telling you this, Bruce. Whoever I choose, I'm walking into WrestleMania as a 2025 Royal Rumble winner.
So you just said it right there. He's going to SmackDown this Friday to talk with Cody Rhodes, and probably next Monday he'll make that decision on which belt or which championship he is going after. I don't see a scenario where it's Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. The only thing is, if it is Jey Uso and Gunther, that doesn't feel like that's going to be a main event match. I feel like that might open night one, as it should. That's how I would do it, at least. I would open night one of WrestleMania with Jey Uso finally getting the win over the man he couldn't beat, which is Gunther. That's the direction I would go, at least. Now, as it looks like they're going to go to their first commercial break here shortly, but as you have the Royal Rumble and you have the Elimination Chamber, but after the Chamber is over, the road to get to WrestleMania becomes a little bit more difficult for a lot of talent. And there was an incident that happened at the end of the Royal Rumble, apparently with Drew McIntyre, where he was eliminated in a way that was not exactly according to plan. Let's put it that way. He was upset that somebody went into business for himself on the show, and he felt like instead of going into business for the company, he went into business for himself and caused a distraction. And apparently he left furious backstage, stormed out of the arena, and left before the match was even over. This is not the first time that Drew McIntyre has stormed out of an arena. Again, if you remember at Survivor Series 2023, the whole incident with CM Punk, same situation happened. So, but just wanted to give you guys that information. But the thing is, so when you have a guy like Drew McIntyre, there's only so many spots. You can't, there can't be, everybody cannot be in a world title match. And Drew McIntyre has had a couple world title matches now at WrestleMania, and sometimes the story is just not there. And I feel like they're going in the direction with Damian Priest right now. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, and whether that is or is not the right decision, I'm not sure. I feel like it is. We've seen matches sometimes. We've seen your Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton matches, things like that, where they're not for any championship or anything like that, but the story fits. And I think there's enough time between now and April, the middle of April, to tell that story, whatever it winds up being. It's got to be more than just that Damian Priest eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. So we are getting Penta up next. Penta will be, okay. So Penta's third match is going to be against Ludwig Kaiser. So Kaiser is someone who's been on the up each and every week. He gets better, but he kind of got the bushwhacker Luke treatment in the Royal Rumble. He was the one eliminated way too quickly. And I don't know who should have got that spot, but not a guy like Ludwig who's been putting the work in week after week. He was injured for a little bit, but he's been the guy, one of the workhorses on Monday night. So this match, I know they're just trying to pile up the wins for Penta. We're not in a day and age anymore where we have replay shows both feet touched at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it's kind of looking that way, unfortunately, and that kind of casts a shadow with his 45-minute performance in the Rumble. But I think we're getting to a point with Monday Night Raw. There's no more enhancement matches. We don't have jobbers anymore. Everyone on the show is there because they've earned it. We're in a different day and age, and so we're not in the age where we have the heel or the bad guy squashing 7 no names in a row week after week. We're in a day and age now where the talent try to get themselves over, and so it's, he's already got 2 victories on Raw. He's beaten Chad Gable, and he beat Pete Dunne or Butch. So now Ludwig Kaiser is the next opponent for Penta. Can he go 3-0? Can he go undefeated? I think so, but I hope we see another great match here. It's going to be a little bit of what's going to be interesting, and I'd like to hear any comments you guys might have in the chat as we just hit the 80 viewer plateau, guys. We have just hit 80 live viewers right now. Thank you guys so much. Blown away by that. So with Penta, I think the challenge is going to be going from victory to storyline. That was one of the things we saw with AEW. We saw great match after great match, but there was no story. I'm okay with Penta having 3, 4, 5 of these great matches on Raw, but at some point, not sure who it is. If it's Chad Gable, if it's somebody else, but at some point, we're going to have to see Penta do a storyline, and I'm not sure if that means he has a mouthpiece or not. If that's the case, then so be it. But I know they find it difficult with Shinsuke Nakamura. They had to get a little creative on how they promote him on screen and how they get him over because he's not great on the mic. So now we've got to figure out, how we're going to get there with Penta. What does that mean for WrestleMania for Penta? I personally think that the go-to match for Penta, it may not be the popular decision, but I would like to see a program. If you're talking about getting somebody over storyline, I would like them to see a Dominic Mysterio Penta storyline going into WrestleMania. I know the more attractive match is Rey Mysterio and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of if we're trying to build a storyline, so maybe Rey Mysterio is the WrestleMania opponent, but I would like to see Dominic as Penta's first storyline, where there's a ongoing week-by-week episodic storyline that they do so well and tell. Because what WWE's got to do is they got to make sure that they build the stories beyond just the main event, beyond the bloodline, beyond Cody Rhodes. We need to have a reason. We don't want to have WrestleMania matches like that DIY Motor City Machine Gun match where you could hear a pin drop in the crowd. They've got to give us a reason to care about every single match on the card. So I don't like this. I don't like that Ludwig Kaiser is already in the ring getting the jobber treatment. I'm not sure what's going on. His fiance, on the other hand, is doing very, very well for herself, Tiffany Stratton. But yeah, that's why we're getting this match, because Penta eliminated Ludwig Kaiser. He did stay in there longer than Bushwhacker Luke, though, and Santino and Jerry Lawler. So I guess that's something. He got a full 5 seconds. So there is that. And again, guys, just hit that subscribe button. We are up to 80 viewers right now. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. We really need those like buttons to be hit. That really helps the algorithm and gets us noticed here on all our platforms. So that is a big help if you wouldn't mind doing that. And also, too, you'll see at the bottom, go ahead and check out Nashville Tax Solutions. They are our sponsor. We couldn't do what we do without them. So we just want to just let them know that we appreciate them very, very much. And the best way to do that is to show your support, hit that like button and subscribe button, and help us get to 1750 subscribers by the end of this month. That is the goal. We just got just about 30 more subs that we need to get there. So please help us out with that. So Penta, they're showing on a stat right now, was the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble last night. And what that means is there's always one individual that's in the match for a very long period of time. So they always call the Iron Man the person who was in the match for the majority of the time. And he put in just shy of 45 minutes. I think they said 42 minutes time for Penta in the Rumble. So that is a feat amongst itself for sure. So, and again, guys, just a heads up, we will be going live up until about 9:45. I have to cut this a little early tonight. I have to pick up the son from work. So we will be with you until around 9:45. Hi, Heather. And welcome to the chat. And we are, again, guys, I know I've said this a few times, but I'm just blown away that we're at 80 viewers right now between Facebook, X, and YouTube. That is awesome. And this is only, I think, the fourth podcast that we've had for WWE. So super, super cool. Thank you guys so much. We're going to continue to do this as long as we can. So we are right now on match number 1 on Raw between Ludwig Kaiser and Penta. Penta was rocking the blue at the Royal Rumble, and shout out to a few of you, those that are in the chat, that were able to make it over to our little Royal Rumble party. It was such a good time. Really enjoyed the whole vibe, and thank you guys for coming. Really appreciated it. It's a lot of fun. Our neighbors were even watching from the backyard through their window, watching the back of the projector screen. So tonight, again, they're showing that on the screen, but the main event tonight looks to be CM Punk versus Sami Zayn. I don't believe we've seen that match. It's the first time ever match on the Monday Night Raw side. So that is exciting. The winner of that match goes to Elimination Chamber. So oof. Oh, that was a very well-timed right hand. Now that Death Valley driver move that you just saw, that part of the ring, it doesn't feel good. It's not downy soft. It hurts. That is, they say, the hardest part of the ring. And so we are now going to a commercial break. So this is a great time. I want to talk a little bit more about our sponsor, Nashville Tax Solutions, and some exciting stuff coming to the channel. So starting towards the end of February, as you guys know, we are a big sports-related channel as well. And the baseball season starts towards the end of March. So we are going to have a new daily 10-minute podcast. It's going to be recordings. It's going to be called 30 Parks in 30 Days. And so what that means is we're going to, starting at the end of February, we are going to be live, or we're going not to be live. We're going to be putting out a new video every single day from February 27th all the way up until the day before the Major League Baseball season starts. This will be about 10 minutes long, where you'll get to hear about Nashville Tax Solutions. Then you'll also get to hear about a different Major League team each and every short. We're going to talk about their newest pickups and acquisitions. We're going to talk about which players they lost. We're going to talk about where we think they're going to finish in the 2025 season. We're going to talk about their roster, what the pitching staff looks like, what their lineup looks like. So it's going to be a quick 10-minute short where we're going to cover everything. It's going to be like rapid fire. Me, my brother Darren will be doing that. So you want to make sure you keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I believe it's going to start on the 27th of February. So definitely keep an eye out. Again, it's called 30 Parks in 30 Days. But again, we couldn't do what we do without the great folks at Nashville Tax Solutions. They help make all of this possible for us. And I want to make sure that we just give them their due one more time. As we know, the tax season is now underway. And so whether you need to file years of missing returns, a current year return, or you need relief from a tax lien or levy, Nashville Tax Solutions has the solution for you. Introducing Nashville Tax Solutions, your trusted partner in the tax resolution industry. And Christopher Bennett and his team, we're actually going to get to hear, we're not going to be live on Super Bowl Sunday, but we are going to have a quick video call in with Christopher. He'll actually be at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, so that's super exciting. But at Nashville Tax Solutions, they are your trusted partner in the tax resolution industry. Nashville Tax Solutions, they understand the stress and confusion that tax problems can bring. That's why they are here to offer clarity, relief, and peace of mind. And the expert team at Tax Professionals are dedicated to providing personalized solutions tailored to your unique situation. Nashville Tax Solutions, don't let the tax problems weigh you down. You can contact them for a brighter financial future. Phone number 615-502-2250. Check out their website, NashvilleTaxSolutions.com, or email to info@Nashville NashvilleTaxSolutions.com, where tax resolution is achieved. And speaking about being achieved, it looks like this entire commercial break, Ludwig Kaiser has been on the offense on Penta. Let's see here. And getting some comments here on the X side, some folks saying that, yes, we can all agree that Penta has one of the best entrances in all of WWE. I definitely agree with that statement for sure. And making sure here. Let's see here, everyone. Yep. Cool. Just making sure that we're being seen correctly on X. It looks like we are. Here. Hello. Cool. So if you are, I'm trying to get the comments to show up from X. So if you are on X and you're trying to go ahead and comment and we'll see if it comes through on here. If not, I will read those comments that come through. But like we just had one that talked about Penta and the merch that he's probably going to be moving with his mask and just that whole market. People love masked wrestlers. My son's favorite wrestler wasn't into wrestling anymore, but always enjoyed the masked guys, whether it was Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, Kane. He's always a masked fan guy. So. Let's see here. Cool. Okay. So that was a near fall. That was a 2 count right there. I see a little kid there in the second row with the Bret Hart sunglasses, just chillaxing. Those chops, ladies and gentlemen, they do not feel good. Hello, Mark. What is up? Good to see you on here. Hope you and the family are doing well. We're doing well here. We have 81 viewers right now, so we're doing very, very well, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, guys. Oof. I've seen that move, that torpedo move, so many times, and each and every time, it's just something about it. I love it. And I just cannot wait. I'm not sure how long his brother, Ray Phoenix, is being held captive in AEW for, but as soon as he becomes a free agent, it'll be awesome to see the brothers reunited, but on the WWE platform. Just every single talent that comes over from AEW is treated with just the most respect, and they're getting full exposure, whether it's Cody Rhodes, whether it's CM Punk, whether it's Penta, whether it was Jade Cargill, whether it was Lexus King in AEW or in NXT, just so many others that are coming here, Andrade, and reinventing themselves, so to speak. And I'm going to make sure on X that everybody is there that can watch us also on YouTube. Let's see here. Just want to make sure. Appreciate you guys' patience with that. Just want to make sure that they're seeing everything. Share in. Cool. And we're almost done. Just making 100% sure here. Cool. Almost done. Okay. Hello, Marianne, or Mom. I keep saying Marianne because I'm reading it. Mom is here. And Penta gets the win. So Penta is now 3-0 on the Monday Night Raw roster. So 3-0, shout out to Penta. No surprise there. Ludwig Kaiser puts in a great performance, though, and that's really what's most important. Although we do want to see him starting to get some wins here on the board. It's important that you can put in great match and banger after banger, but you got to get wins under your belt. So Penta defeats Ludwig Kaiser in the opening bout. And Jackie Redmond's going to interview, so he's got the trust of the microphone again. So we'll see what happens. Jackie Redmond, not related to me, just throwing that out there. This is the Penta era. Yes. Oh, and he got 4 words out, and Pete Dunne is on his way to the ring. So, okay, guys, we were just talking about storyline, and so there you go. This is what we need. Like, Penta victories are great and all, but oh. Looked like his mask was about to fall off. I don't know if you guys caught that. Yes, Heather. Uh-oh. From behind. That's not very nice. That's not Christ-like character. I'm just saying. That is not Christ-like character. What are you doing? Never seen Ludwig Kaiser with a smile on his face. And Robert Shoemaker is here. He is going to be our guest host a week from tonight, February 10th. Tonight I'm riding solo. But yes, Robert will be there. Robert, we are just having a good time. We are at 81 viewers right now between Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So just really grateful for that. So right now they are showing what happened to J.D. McDonough last week: broken ribs and a punctured lung. And so the Judgment Day is diminishing day by day. And here's a guy, Finn Balor, who's kind of directionless right now. Doesn't seem like he really fits in with Judgment Day. Doesn't seem like he's winning much matches right now.
You stole my tag team partner, and in the process, you got him hurt.
So it looks like we might be getting a Finn Balor Dominic Mysterio storyline here. We'll find out. So one thing I was excited for, I'm not sure if we're going to see a Dominic Mysterio lead. I don't know if you guys want to put that in the comments. Do you want to see Dominic Mysterio leading the Judgment Day? Is that something you're interested in seeing? Obviously, would need some other members there besides Carlito.
But I gotta go get ready for my.
So they're saying Dominic got Finn Balor a qualifying matchup. I'm glad that Carlito is faithful to the apple. There's so many other fruits out there, and he has been loyal to that apple. So, and Robert says he's frustrated and annoyed with Ludwig, and he goes, I feel like he's ready to take that next step, but I mean, I'm not ready to see Braun Breaker lose the Intercontinental Championship right now. And so I think Ludwig is doing what he needs to do as a heel, as a bad guy. I'd just like to see him get some wins. But the problem is the rosters are very thin in terms of both shows. And so unless you combine both rosters, it's not a lot of talent for Ludwig to get a victory over. We've seen him and Sheamus a lot right now. So. And it is Robert's favorite female wrestler, Charlotte Flair. He was ecstatic to see her win. He was the only person ecstatic to see her win. I, of course, am being sarcastic, but definitely disagree 100% with the decision for Charlotte to win the Royal Rumble. I get it. She's a big draw, her name on the marquee, but she's someone who would benefit more from having a big money match at WrestleMania that's not for the championship. And there would have been absolutely nothing wrong with a Charlotte Flair storyline with anybody else. He seems like a very low mid-card guy. I mean, and you have to have a mid-card. I mean, you can't have all main eventers, but he does need some wins. I mean, he's been on the show now for just over a year, and the L's are stacking up. He's had a couple wins here and there, but I'm not sure what the answer is for him. Again, I think they just need to combine the rosters at this point. I don't see that happening. Unfortunately, I don't feel like they're going to go in that direction, but I would be happy with that personally. So you guys, since it's a commercial break, this is a great time to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Please, definitely helps us out. And guys, we are at 85 viewers right now between the three platforms. So if you are watching us and you wouldn't mind, please, 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 please hit subscribe. Help us get to our goal that we have. That would be super important and super helpful. So you guys can see the results there. We are just the Jey Uso promo where he basically said, I'm going to talk to Cody Rhodes on Friday and I'll get back with you, Gunther, to let you know if I'm choosing you or Cody. And then outside of that, we just saw the that there. It says Triple H dropped the ball with Charlotte. A couple of missed opportunities there with the Women's Rumble. I think that what could have happened, Robert, because you brought up a good point, is that you could have still had Charlotte Flair, Roxanne Perez, this superstar, but it's her first match, and then insert Io Sky, right? So you have Charlotte and Io as the final two women in the Rumble, and Roxanne crawls in under the ropes after being in the match for 50 some odd minutes, and she tosses Charlotte Flair over the top rope and then gets eliminated by Io Sky, and Io Sky should have been the winner last night, and Io Sky should be going to WrestleMania for the women's title. Now all of a sudden you have Charlotte Flair against Roxanne Perez. You have the best of the best versus the best newcomer there is. She cost Charlotte. She's been out for over almost 2 years with an injury. She cost her WrestleMania title shot. That's a story, and I would have been perfectly fine with a Charlotte Flair, Roxanne Perez WrestleMania match where, hey, I get to face Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte's looking at it like, this is, I came back for this. Who's this nobody that threw me over the top rope? Now, she's obviously not a nobody. She's an excellent talent. But that's what I would say. If you're asking my opinion, I would have went that out. I would have went Charlotte Flair versus Roxanne, Io Sky winning. I am surprised that we're getting Io Sky and Liv Morgan for the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, because those are two women who I believe should both be in the Elimination Chamber. So sometimes we've seen shenanigans where one still gets in, maybe a second chance match or something like that. So that could still happen. But Robert was the big winner of our Royal Rumble pool. Again, we had about 15 people, maybe a little bit more, come over for a Rumble party, and we drew names, and he not only got main event Jey Uso, but got Seth Rollins as well. And we really thought that was his path to winning. But turns out Jey Uso got the win. And so Rob went home with the pot. So that was pretty awesome. 30% off of all orders. I've never owned a championship belt. I just don't have anywhere to put it, nor do I want to spend $560 on a belt. But they do look nice, but I'll admire them from home. Yes, Robert, that is what I said. I do think having Charlotte at WrestleMania is still the wise choice, but it should have been against Roxanne, not, Now, I feel like she's going to choose Tiffany and not Rhea Ripley, but let's see what she has to say. Breaking news, Charlotte Flair and Andrade filed for divorce. So they are now divorced. So they've been together for a little bit.
I missed you guys. No, really, it has been a year or 2 months. I missed the guys booing me, and I missed all of you guys that loved me. Last year sucked. Actually, up until last year, I really thought I was unbreakable, but no, last year broke me mentally and physically. And
She's talking about how she misses everybody and they're booing her out the building. I'm not sure what they expected to happen here.
WrestleMania. You guys don't get it. This is what I think about.
I mean, she had to know this was to be expected. Embrace the booze. Okay, well, there you go.
Because whether you're willing or willing, love to hate me, hate to love me, it doesn't change the fact that I am the greatest WWE superstar.
So yes, Robert. So you're talking about, we did talk about that a little bit earlier, but yes, Drew McIntyre got upset with LA Knight. He felt that LA Knight was, and that is true, 100% true. LA Knight seemed to be in business for himself on a certain spot, and more important, to get himself over. And it was at the expense of Drew McIntyre. And so Drew's elimination was very anticlimactic. Was thrown out by Damian Priest, and so it was rushed, and so he was not happy about it. He actually left the building for the second time in a year and a half. I think cooler heads eventually prevailed, and the family calmed him down. But that did happen. It wasn't Logan Paul or CM Punk that he was upset with. It turned out to be LA Knight. So that is what happened there. She got to point to the sign for a second, but her, the Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, is on her way to the ring. So I definitely want to say that I have no interest in seeing Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Maybe they are the top of the game, but to me, it's Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, and it's Rhea versus Io is the direction I would go personally. You know, they don't call it the Raw Women's Champion or the SmackDown Women's Championship, so it gets confusing sometimes. So it's the Women's World Champion on Raw is what it's called, the Women's World Champion. Is that the same woman that was with the blonde woman earlier with the boyfriend story? So yes, Heather has been paying attention. So Liv Morgan, the blonde with Dominic earlier that you were talking about, her and Liv Morgan were in a 1.5 year long storyline that just finished at Survivor Series last year at the end of the year. Or actually, I should say at the first Raw on Netflix, I should say. So yes, Liv Morgan and Rhea have had a big history for just over a year. And finally, Rhea got that deciding victory to kind of move on from that. And now she has, and we'll see. We'll find out. Is Charlotte has been away for 14 months with an injury. And the reason why, if you're wondering why they hate her so much, why they're booing her so much, they actually respect everything that she does in the ring. It's just that every time she's presented, she's winning a championship, she's winning matches, she doesn't put anyone else over. And it's not her fault. She's not going into the back saying, it's all about me, give me the win, give me the win. But they keep letting her win time and time again. And you got to, at some point, build up the rest of the roster. And that's where the boos are coming from. It's not her as a person. It's not her in-ring work. She's great at what she does. This is the same thing those that happened with Roman Reigns for 5 years. They tried to force him down our throat and make us love him, and we just didn't. And now we do, because
Please pick me. The last time we faced up at WrestleMania, I beat you. That guy stole the show.
That's a good point. I make no excuses. But I think you're forgetting the first time we fought at WrestleMania. I beat you.
not great, Mike. Not a great promo going on right now. They're both a little bit stale there. But she is correct. Charlotte did beat Rhea the first time, and Rhea beat Charlotte the second time. So don't want to see it for a third time.
I'm aware. You see, I just came out here to get things started, and you jumped the gun. You wanted an answer. You wanted to see me, but I've got nothing but time. No. You see, I'm going to go to NXT tomorrow, and I'm going to see if Julia inspires me. And then I'm going to go to SmackDown on Friday and see if Tiffany inspires me.
I would really like to see Tiffany and Charlotte. I feel like they're very similar to their in-ring work. Tiffany's a little bit more exciting. Sometimes Charlotte comes off robotic-like, and so that's another knock on her, is her mic skills, or lack thereof, I should say. And guys, we're up to 92 viewers right now. Just 8 more to get to 100. That is exciting. So if you know anybody, call your mailman, call your tax guy, get them to sign up on here with us and join the podcast. Just need 8 more viewers. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Not too hard though.
You say that I'm just a kid. What if that you two nuts respect me the way that I respect you? So pick me. Please pick me.
There's a lot of makeup there on Miss Rhea Ripley
Into you.
and Miss Charlotte. So nothing really accomplished here, just a little tease of what could be to come. And again, the same situation. Do we see Rhea just hold a title until April? Do we not have any world champions defending their title for 2 months? Like, I don't like that. I'm not about that. Because remember, for years, it was you had to defend your championship at the minimum once every 30 days. You didn't get 3 months off.
You have a chance to qualify for the Elimination Chamber if you take on CM Punk for the first time ever. Fortunately, you two have never gone one-on-one.
There is a thank you Cena sign back there. So does that mean we get Cena tonight at some point on the show? WWE is very clever with things that they do in the background. They may not call attention to it, but they strategically place things like that in the background.
Listen, the other big question on everyone else's minds is Kevin Owens. Have you had a chance to talk to him following the match that led to?
Sammy got distracted, apparently. Let's see what he's looking at. And we are at 96, guys. Just 4 more viewers to get us to 100. Just in our 4th week. Oh, it is main event Jey Uso.
Stop. Are you kidding me? I'm so happy for you.
He's referring to an accidental kick, super kick by Jey Uso, eliminating Sami Zayn from the Royal Rumble. It was an accident, folks.
Now that is very touching.
Karrion Kross, he's always there. I'm not a big fan of his in the ring, but he is awesome with his mic skills. He's always stirring the pot, always trying to get everybody's riled up.
Right.
So stir in the pot, stir in the pot. And we got the New Day. It was very odd. I do have to say it was odd not seeing Kofi Kingston in the Royal Rumble. He's someone who I think was second all time for most Rumble appearances, and to not have him in that match, it was a bit off. I was a little bit surprised. I mean, not sure where they would have got him in, but. And Rob says Sammy is by far his favorite mic guy, always funny and always passionate. Yes, everything that Sammy does, we feel it. It's not scripted, and if it is, he does a great job of showing us that emotion. But he always makes us feel that every single match, everything he's part of, is the most important segment on the show. And so, and that's an awesome testament. I mean, we saw the stat last week. He's 0-10 now against Drew McIntyre, and every single time that they get in the ring, he makes you believe that this is the time that he's going to get it done. So now, so that we're at commercial break, I don't think anybody believes that she's going to actually choose Julia from NXT. But that would be a fantastic match. Those of you not familiar with Julia, go ahead and Google her later on tonight or another time. She is your NXT champion on the Tuesday night show. But that would be a dream match for women's wrestling for sure. So, yes, no, definitely not a dull moment when he is out there. No, not at all. Not at all, for sure. And so, yep. But again, though, this is a pattern now. Week 4 that we're doing this, week 5 on Netflix. But every week we have one match in the first hour and 5 minutes. So a lot of promo heavy stuff early on, and that's okay sometimes. But I would like to see a little bit more action than we're getting. I don't think we should be going into hour number 2. Almost 10 minutes into hour number 2, not having a second match so far. So I would work on that a little bit, getting more talent in the ring. Let's put it that way. So. And again, shout out to everybody on X. We are at 94 viewers right now. We have some on Facebook, some on YouTube. But X is a big part of that. So thank you guys. And if you do have comments, please put them in the chat so I can make sure I get to it. We had one earlier asking about Penta, and so we made sure we got to that one. But just want to make sure that if you do have any comments or at all, that we are getting to them on X. So super important with that. Just a quick schedule update, guys, for the channel. We will be recording here this week the new series that we're doing. It's 30 Parks in 30 Days, where we're going to cover every single Major League Baseball team. We're going to go over everything from lineup to pitching staff to the bullpen to where they're going to finish, where me and Darren each feel they're going to finish in the division, that sort of thing. And it's going to be a 30 days, one video a day for 10 minutes a day, 10-minute shorts that are be coming out starting on February 27th up until the day before the Major League Baseball season starts. So again, that is a third. We have our Sunday night podcast. We have our Monday night Raw podcast. Now we're going to be adding the 30 Parks in 30 days to the calendar. We will not be live this coming Sunday because it is the Super Bowl. And let's be honest, nobody wants to watch me when the Super Bowl is on. I may not even watch the Super Bowl. I can honestly say I could care less about the Super Bowl this year. No interest in either team. So I probably will find something else to do. Or if we do go somewhere to watch the game, I'll just hang out by the hot wings and the nachos and call it a day. Don't have any interest in seeing the halftime show. And I probably shouldn't say all that because I'm a sports heavy guy, but I just don't even know who Kendrick Lamar is. I'll just be 100% honest. My son loves him. I've heard a name of a song, but it's not my thing. So rather have any other teams in the Super Bowl than those two. So, that was. So Liv Morgan has taken out Io Sky, and we got Raquel taken out by Raquel Gonzalez. So that's interesting. More like super block. Oh, thanks, Robert. I appreciate that you would watch. If anything changes, I will let you know. But we will be live Monday, so definitely there is that. But super excited. We also have a guest coming up on February 16th. It is the Royals Rundown podcast. They are one of the best in the game here on social media. They cover the Kansas City Royals, so we're going to talk all things Kansas City Royals and their superstar, Bobby Witt, and all that fun stuff. So even if you're not a fan of baseball or the Royals, check us out. You'll have fun. I promise. We have some. Jacob is an awesome person to speak to, and so looking forward to doing our first live podcast with him. So again, mark that date down, February 16th, 8 p.m. The Royals Rundown podcast will be our guest. So we've got tag team action, perhaps. Yep, the team of Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Now, Dragon Lee is someone who I feel like is getting pushed aside ever since Penta came into the mix, but Dragon Lee can go. And okay, we're getting Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio next week for the qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. Feel like Rey Mysterio is going to get the short end of the stick on that one. I don't feel like they're going to go without Logan Paul in the chamber, unfortunately. One thing we don't know is if there's going to be SmackDown qualifying matches. Are there going to be 3 guys from Raw, 3 guys from SmackDown? I'm assuming so. But what's interesting is, if put it this way, if Jey Uso or Charlotte decide that they're going to go after a champion before the Elimination Chamber, so let's say that Jey Uso picks Gunther, the Raw World Heavyweight Champion. So if one of the Raw guys wins the chamber, does that mean he moves over to SmackDown to face the SmackDown champion Cody Rhodes? I don't know. So I feel like we might not get the decision from Jey and from Charlotte until after the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. That's just my thoughts, just because it makes it a little bit confusing. But I do think we'll see 3 guys from Raw, 3 guys from SmackDown in the chamber qualifying matches, or chamber match, I should say. So. Yes, Heather, it's just, no disrespect to either teams. They are the best 2 teams in the league this year. But, I look back and we've seen Chiefs 49ers twice, and now we're going to see Chiefs Eagles twice. And it's just, again, no disrespect to them. And, but, the referees are, never really believed the whole this is rigged and all that kind of stuff. But clearly, there's a bias there with the referees and the Kansas City Chiefs for whatever reason. So, yes, honesty is the best policy. So, bring back the Puppy Bowl. Maybe that'd be more exciting. But, I'll have some hot wings. I'll make the best of it. But I'm already into spring training baseball mode. I really, really wanted to see the Bills and Lions this year in the Super Bowl. I think that would have been, based on the teams that made the playoffs, I think that would have been the most exciting offensive game for me. But Dragon Lee is incredible. Penta is absolutely worth the hype for sure. However, keep feeding Dragon and have an awesome future powerhouse bench. Yeah, there's no reason why Penta or where Dragon can't start getting some wins on the main roster and build those 2 up. That would be outstanding. There's a time when Dragon Lee was signed, he was the hottest free agent there was. And ever since he's come up, he's been a mid-carder at best. I think he won the speed title that no one really cares about. So, okay, Heather, I heard great things. Yeah, so we were so blessed. Eddie helped us out. He brought the sound. He brought the projector screen. We had tiki torches. We had chairs set up. We had a fire pit, s'mores. We had pizza. It was just an awesome time. We really stepped up the game. Can't do that all the time, but a great turnout. Got to fellowship with a lot of good people. And the weather was beautiful. I feel like it was the last night of cool weather before, and I was looking here at the radar for Palm Bay, and it's gross. I'm just going to be honest. The coldest day of this next 8 days was today at 80 degrees. That's not okay. I'm not saying that we have to have 50-degree weather in February. I would be fine with it. I know a lot of Floridians are happy it's not cool, but why did we have to go from 50 to 82? There's 60s and there's 70s. 70s was a great era. 60s are great too. So can we get some 60s and 70s, please? We have 10 months of 90-degree weather to look forward to. So I am not okay with this weather forecast of 82 or higher every single day. That is not okay. So weather folks, you got to do better than that. So in my opinion, that's just me. It's basically the Patriots all over again. I'm so sick of overtime already. Wonder who the next Patriot type dynasty is going to be. By the way, the Super Bowl color theory thing has held true so far. Logan Paul walking. Yes, Heather, that is going to hurt. I feel like we need to have a Man Cave Royal Rumble. I'm just throwing that out there. That would be a lot of fun. I probably would be one of the first ones eliminated, but that's okay. We'll see if Ernie can go for that. We'll do a Man Cave Royal Rumble sometime. Uh-oh, Robert's thinking about it. I'm kidding, though. I wouldn't be one of the first ones out. I would win the match. I would cheat to win, let's be honest. By any means necessary, get the win. And, speaking of Man Cave, though, we've got our 5th annual Man Cave Night of Worship coming up, February 28th. We're starting to plan that out right now, so stay tuned for details on that one. That is going to be good. I can't believe it's been 5 years. And what I love about Man Cave, it's not just the house church. We are the One Big C Church. So people from everywhere come on out and enjoy that event. It is so much fun. And speaking of fun, we had a blast last night speaking with Zoraida Brown from Z88.3. So if you did not get an opportunity to watch that podcast, we still love you. Just hit the like button. And then when you have some free time, watch that one because that was a blast. We talked about Rock the Universe. We talked about the Christmas extravaganza, the parade. We talked how she got her start with Z88.3 as a executive producer or promotions director, and then moved over as an on-air personality for Hot 95.9. So she is killing it right now. I actually got to see her on stage during Rock the Universe. That was really cool. So they will be back bigger and better for the extravaganza this year. She's got some awesome tips for our 2nd annual Extravaganza's Got Talent. So looking forward to that. Yeah, the tiki torches was cool because not only did we have those, but then Eddie had those really cool like blue lights. So we put those at the bottom of the torches and they lit up blue. It was awesome. I loved I love that setup. So we're going to have to bring them back for WrestleMania in April. We got to make that happen for sure. And I hope it's not. I feel like WrestleMania is right near Easter. Like that's the one unfortunate thing. I hope it's not on Easter night because that'd be a shame. Let's find out those dates. Let's see. WrestleMania 41 dates. We got Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. And let's see, when is Easter Sunday? Easter 2025. Okay, so shame on WWE for that one. So WrestleMania is on Easter Sunday. So I'm not sure how that's going to go here at the Redmond household. Hey, honey, let's. Nothing says Easter dinner like WrestleMania, but so we'll have to figure that one out. Who needs spaghetti dinners when you could have body slams, choke slams, and putting people through tables? Logan Paul just set a record for most consecutive appearances on TV in a row with 2. Usually he disappears for 4 months between appearances. So, yes, the 20th is Easter Sunday. So, WrestleMania Night 1 is on the 19th, and Night 2, which is going to be probably your bigger night, will be on Easter Sunday. So, I guess they feel, NFL likes to play their games on Christmas Day and New Year's Day and Thanksgiving. So maybe WWE thought we'll take Easter, but not a big fan of that one. Gonna be hard to have people over on Easter Sunday, so might have to make that the Night 1 get together for that one. So Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day, taking on Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio in tag team action. It's been a while since the New Day have had the tag team championships, but let's not forget they were the ones to break Demolition's all-time record for the most or the longest tag team championship reign, and they did so phenomenally. They were great champions for seemed like just short of 2 years. You could make it work on Easter dinner. Nothing like a fun, family-friendly TLC match afterwards. Yes. Nice. We could suspend the turkey and the ham and whatever else you eat on Easter dinner. We could suspend that high above the ring. We could make shift a ring and climb the ladder and get your Easter dinner. There you go. That could work out. I never know what to have for dinner on Easter. Like, just feels like it's supposed to be like ham, but I don't know. Heather's going to referee, she says, right? Okay. Now maybe I misread that one. Rey Mysterio is in there. And again, guys, just a heads up, we'll be going live until 9:45 tonight. We won't be live all the way through the end of the show because picking up my son from work. So can't really go live by myself if I'm not here. So we'll cut it off a little early tonight, but that's okay. And we are at 96 viewers right now. So 4 more people. You got to know 4 people. Have them come on real quick. Just find 4 people, hit subscribe, hit like, and let's get to 100 views. And one thing, guys, that I'm going to do for our viewers too, my goal for the we got Logan Paul face to face sort of with Rey Mysterio. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody thinks that Rey Mysterio has a chance on that one. But nice move there by Dragon Lee. That's gonna leave a mark for sure. But guys, so one thing I was going to be saying, I'll remind you guys as it comes up, but we are serious about hitting our goal of 1,750 and then 1,800 subscribers. So we're going to be doing something here where if you share and get subscribers to subscribe to us, we'll you'll have to we'll let you know the date and time for all that, but you tag a friend, put that in the comments section and get them to subscribe, and we'll have a little raffle, and the winner of that raffle will get an Around the Ballpark coffee mug on me to show for your support. So we'll get that info to you as it gets closer, just as a thank you. But we want to it's important to us that we get to 1,750. So I'll keep you posted on that one. So the New Day just gets the win. Logan Paul gets his greasy, slimy hands involved there, and the New Day get the win. So unfortunately, that's another L for Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. And I don't see any scenario where Logan Paul loses next week. Unfortunately, so it seems like Logan might have a little easier of a path to get into the Elimination Chamber. But so New Day defeat Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. And I feel like the LWO has kind of run its course. It never really took off for me. I know Zelina Vega's moved over to SmackDown. Yeah. Speaking of Logan Paul, what are your thoughts when they announced the boxing match between the? So it's actually a reality show. He was just being a goofball. This is actually not going to be a boxing match. I know it kind of seemed like that was, but they're just going to have a reality show together. That's all it was. It was like the National Enquirer, like fake news, just to get some clicks. So, speaking of YouTube stars, though, did you guys see at the Royal Rumble? I Show Speed. I think that was the spear by Braun Breaker. I think was the best spear in the history of spears. I don't think there's anyone better in the game with his trajectory coming off the ring ropes at like 5,000 miles per hour. But he about broke that guy in half. And then he hit one on Roman Reigns just a few minutes later. That was just awesome. So, to be upset, there's some talent that could have gotten in the match instead of a guy live streaming Royal Rumble from the back. So it might be a little bit ridiculous, but you got to have a little bit of fun with it sometimes. I would have liked to seen R-Truth at the Royal Rumble. I feel like we love his comedy gold and whatnot, so I wasn't a big fan that he was nowhere to be found. So maybe we see something tonight where he shows up to Raw thinking it's the Royal Rumble. I would be a fan of that. But so Kathy Kelly's in the back with CM Punk, who is not happy because he had Royal Rumble in the bag. So let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, my first action was qualifying match.
Breaker pulls off every move he does with gut-wrenching, jaw-dropping intensity. I cringe everything I see. A small fry-like speed get obliterated by an oncoming locomotive. He's someone who organically got over. They didn't shove him down our throats, and he gets better each and every time. And Kathy Kelly is someone who doesn't get enough appreciation for what she does. She's just always there, always does her job. I know Jackie Redmond's more of the new person in town, but shout out to Kathy Kelly. Always, whatever assignment they give her, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, doesn't matter. She always is on top of her game. So shout out to Kathy for that. Now, we've had no mention of Drew McIntyre on the show tonight. Is he technically he's still a Raw guy? I don't know. We'll see. And we got the Pure Fusion Collective that hanging out in the back. Now, I know they're not going to be watching this show. I'm sure they've never heard of us here on the Around the Ballpark podcast. But the Pure Fusion Collective is not good. It is not interesting. I do not have an easy time staying awake when they're on my TV. Nothing that they do is intriguing. Nothing that they do at all warrants any sort of reaction from the crowd. I don't know what the answer is, but they need a reboot immediately because it's just not good. It's not interesting. And so I appreciate that Triple H and the writing team tries their best to get them on TV each and every week, but it's not connecting with the with the universe. with the audience, I should say. So, guys, we are 98 viewers right now. 2 more to get us to 100 viewers on the night. And let's get those viewers as subscribers as well. That is super important because we want to show our sponsors some love by increasing that subscriber count. So please share with coworkers, anyone you know. Share that. All they need to do, it takes 3 seconds. Hit subscribe on the Around the Ballpark podcast on YouTube. So important. Please do so. We are at 1,711 subscribers right now. And the GOAT has just entered the chat. Miguel Miranda, just in time. We have 99 viewers. So we need 1 more viewer to get to 100. So see if that happens before we sign off here at 9:45. But Miguel, we were happy that you were able to make it, you and the family, on Saturday night. So much fun. Made my night to see when your daughter was making the s'mores and she was just having the time of her life and giggling and just really enjoying that. So that was so much fun. Thank you guys for coming. It was a great night for sure. And Robert said, I know we mentioned before, but it would be so exciting for Triple H to do away with the split brands. I don't think it will happen because the roster doesn't have to work as much. So the benefit of this, of merging the rosters, you can still have 2 world champions. No one's going to hate on that. But by merging the 2 rosters, you don't have to have CM Punk on Raw every week. He can do Raw. He can do SmackDown. He can take a week off of Raw. Like, you don't just be, but the thing is, when you keep the rosters the way they are, you're going to see matches like Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the 10th time. Not exaggerating. They said it last week. It was the 10th time that they fought each other. So if you had all of the roster at your disposal, then you're going to get to see more first-time matches or not be so repetitive and not have to have the same match over and over again. Because there's only so many people that Penta can beat. He's 3-0, which is great, but, there's not a ton of singles competitors on each show if you combine both rosters. So, and guys, we did it. We have 101 viewers right now. That is mind-blowing. I almost might just, if I had the energy, I'd do a little happy dance right now, but I do not. And Melissa is here as well. Thank you for joining us. We are celebrating 101 viewers between Facebook, X, and YouTube. So that is to be celebrated. Thank you guys so much. And as the bottom of the screen says, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. And we are just a few subscribers away from 1715. So, and again, shout out to our sponsors, Nashville Tax Solutions. We're going to hear from Chris on Sunday. He'll be live at the Super Bowl. And they're showing now the iShowSpeed situation with when Akira Tozawa got ambushed on his way to the ring, and iShowSpeed's music was conveniently already plugged up and ready to go. So, yeah, a little bit silly. Hey, we're to believe that they just found him in the back, and he said, "Get out there," and his music was just queued up and ready to go, even though he's never been in the ring before. But as you can just see, if you just saw that smash, holy moly. Oof. Robert, would you do a little dance for a certain amount of likes? If we can get to 2,000 subscribers by Easter, I'll do the podcast with the Penta mask on. I'll order the Penta mask and I'll wear it during the podcast. How about that? And do that. If we can get to 2,000 subscribers by Easter Sunday. We'll see. Although that would be very uncomfortable to wear a mask the entire podcast, but I'll do it if need be. And I think we're about 70 days away from WrestleMania. Seems like an eternity, but it'll be here before you know it. But we talked about it earlier. We just found out that WrestleMania is on Easter weekend. So it is what it is. And we'll have to make that work maybe somehow. But But there's a lot of one thing I'd like to talk about as we're kind of in between right now as we're waiting on the show to come back on. But one thing is there's a lot of guys that are and women that are going into the WrestleMania season kind of directionless. Like, for example, Lyra Valkyrie won the Intercontinental Championship and really hasn't done much with it. Where's Bayley going to fit into WrestleMania plans? Like the people that don't win chamber spots, what is Drew McIntyre going to face Damian Priest? Is that something you want to see? Where does that leave Seth Rollins? Like, what is Seth Rollins going to do at WrestleMania if he's not challenging for the title? Like, what if he doesn't win the chamber? What if Punk doesn't win the chamber? What if Cena doesn't win the chamber? What if Logan Paul doesn't win the chamber? I don't know who's John Cena's WrestleMania main event or John Cena's WrestleMania opponent gonna be. And there she is, Lyra Valkyrie, hanging out in the crowd. She should be in the ring defending the title, but whatever. And Io Sky with the bruised elbow, or the bruised shoulder, I should say. What it is, 100. Yep. Liv Morgan. So, guys, do you think we're going to see Alexa Bliss tonight? Not only did she make her grand return at the Royal Rumble, but Alexa Bliss signed a new 5-year contract with the WWE. And here's a fun fact that you might have not known. When on Friday night, when they did the rehearsal for the Royal Rumble, it was actually a talent from NXT that was going to be given the spot that Alexa Bliss had. And Shotzi Blackheart, for those of you that know her. But on Saturday morning, WWE and their team made a deal with Alexa Bliss and her team and agreed on a contract on Saturday morning, the day of the Royal Rumble, and flew her out from her home, I believe in California, from her home to Indianapolis, and only a handful of people knew she was even going to be there. So she literally woke up the day of the Rumble not knowing that she was going to be in the Rumble, took a flight out, and made it in time to be number 21 in the Women's Rumble. So that was pretty cool that they got a deal done last minute. No one knows the financials or anything like that. But and Miguel Rosado is here with us. Hey, hello, Miguel. We're going to Miguel is one of our softball aficionados, and we're going to get 2 more wins tomorrow. Already starting off the new season at 3 wins and 1 loss. Our only loss was to the best team in the league, and they're only holding that spot down for us. But and that was by 1 run only, so we're looking good. Yes, then I have to do a happy dance. Yes, but yeah, so the house softball team will be playing tomorrow night, 6:30, 7:30. So if you're local in the area, come on out to Liberty Park. We'll be playing for the first time. We'll be playing First Baptist Melbourne, which is a really difficult team. And then right after that, we'll be playing Calvary Chapel Blue. So 2 teams will be playing for the first time. So, and Robert says, I believe Alexa Bliss will somehow get involved in this match, maybe costing Liv Morgan. She doesn't really have a history with Liv or Io, so it's possible. What's going to be interesting, though, is because the Wyatt 6 has been moved to SmackDown. So will Alexa be on Raw or will she go to SmackDown? I feel like they might separate them, but she is still coming out to her Bray Wyatt-like wardrobe. So I don't know. I thought we might get the old Alexa Bliss, but apparently that she's still got the doll that she's carrying around and she's still lost her mind. So it is what it is. But we're getting Liv Morgan and Io Sky right now live on Raw. Great match. 2 of the best women, probably the 2 best workhorses this year for the women. Workhorse, again, is someone who's there each and every week, putting the time in. And whether you love them or hate them, both of them get a reaction from the crowd. But yes, I would love to see an Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan match because we all know that Alexa kind of started the crazy. And Liv has taken up that spot. When we speak of crazy, though, AJ Lee is the one we were really hoping for at the Rumble. That did not happen. So I think he kind of put that one to bed. Although she is still a lot younger than most of the women on the roster. But She just doesn't seem to be someone who's interested in getting back in the ring, and it is what it is. And guys, we have just hit 104 viewers. 104 viewers. That is, you guys are trying to make me do a happy dance, but unfortunately, I'm only here for another 8 minutes. Then I got to go pick up the son. So, but Io Sky with a great offensive maneuver. Looks like we're going to go to commercial break. But again, guys, so the winner of this match between Io Sky and Liv Morgan will claim the first spot in the Elimination Chamber match for the women. And we're believing that it'll be 3 spots from Raw, 3 spots from SmackDown. And if you guys don't check out NXT already, you should definitely check them out. They are live on the CW network on Tuesday nights. And if you're local to the Melbourne, Palm Bay area, WWE NXT is coming to Melbourne, Florida. And that is going to be, I believe, mid-April. So right around WrestleMania season. So mark those days on your calendar, I believe. Let me double check that because I want to make sure I'm giving you the right dates on that. NXT, actually misspoke. NXT is coming on Friday night, March 21st to the Melbourne Auditorium. So if you are familiar, maybe you've gone to Cherished or some other events there. In the Melbourne Auditorium, WWE will be live on Friday, March 21st. March 21st, Melbourne Auditorium, NXT. And guys, the tickets for that are cheap. They are $15. And you have a great time. We got to see, I actually went with a good friend of mine back in December, and we got to see a women's Royal Rumble match at the Melbourne Auditorium right before the real Royal Rumble came out on the live event. So always a good time. And for $15 nowadays, I've been hearing that Monday Night Raw tickets, even for the nosebleeds, start at like $300. So that's insane. So why not go to NXT? It's a smaller venue, but it's still a great time. She could return at WrestleMania. She doesn't make an appearance then. It's safe to assume she won't be returning at all. She definitely could. I think she's got her hands into a lot of other projects, but we have to at some point see her, right? We can't. I mean, even the commentators are making comments about that. So, but. And they just showed Bianca. Bianca's another one. Where does she go at WrestleMania? Are we gonna finally figure out what in the world happened to Jade Cargill? We haven't really had a single update on her. She was not in the Royal Rumble ever since she got taken out. So hopefully we get an answer on where she is, because where does she factor in WrestleMania? But where does Jade Cargill factor? Where does Naomi factor? They can't be a ton of women's multi-woman person matches. So there's a lot of people that need to find out where they're going to fit in on WrestleMania, because not everybody gets on the show, but that is their money event of the year. And just got a comment from one of our 105 viewers on X. There were 300 million views in 24 hours for the iShowSpeed Braun Breaker clip. So it just shows how popular the iShowSpeed YouTube channel is. 300 million views for that spot in the Rumble. So there you go. That's why they did it right there. No offense to Akira Tozawa, but he's not getting 300 million views. And so WWE is definitely tapping into the YouTube market. And I will put this out there. I'm 43 years old, so I will not take part in any event should I ever make that kind of stamp on the social media world. I'm officially announcing my retirement before I even begin. So just throwing that out there. Not that I'll get a call, but just so you know. So guys, go ahead and throw in the chat who you think wins this match. Who is going to qualify for the Elimination Chamber? Do you think it is Io Sky, or do you think it is going to be Liv Morgan. Checking on X because we've got 98 viewers right now on the X platform alone. And let's check them out and see what their thoughts on who that's going to be. Let's see. What is X saying about this? Here we go. A lot of people thinking Liv Morgan's going to win this one, especially probably because Io Sky got hurt before the match even began. I think Io Sky has to win this match, and if she doesn't, because she's the favorite to win the Elimination Chamber, they're not going to have an Elimination Chamber without Io Sky in it, that she'll find her way in through like a second chance battle royal or something. So you could take at least one super kick or a GTS for the viewers. Now, I wouldn't mind if they called me to enter the Royal Rumble. I'd totally get in the ring and then hide under the ring until the match is over. That I could do. I will take the phone call for that one. I'll take, just give me $10,000 for the appearance. That'd be fine. I don't see why Liv. The only reason with Liv though is she's one of the most popular characters. I can't see her not doing something at WrestleMania. So, but you can't not have Io Sky in a cage match. She's built for cage matches. Uh-oh. Oof. I am not a fan of doing that on the floor. I don't want anyone getting concussions on my screen. But Mike, we should all go to that in Melbourne in ATBP shirts. That would be fantastic to show up at the NXT show at Melbourne with Around the Ballpark t-shirts. I actually got to wear mine 2 days ago and came out really, really well. I bought one just to kind of see how it would look, and I was definitely pretty pleased with it for sure. So that would be cool. And I think I said it's March 21st, so don't think there's anything on my calendar for that. Let me double check. Oops, that's the wrong one. Yeah, so nothing on my calendar at least. So that would be super cool, Heather. I love that idea. Those are mats, but they aren't that soft with them being laid over. Yeah, no, they're definitely mats. So it's not like your head's hitting the concrete. I just worry about like their neck and something like that, or like a stinger or something. Because I've seen that injury before where someone gets temporary paralysis and things like that. So, but there are mats all around there, so I'm sure they're fine. They know what they're doing. So, guys, I will be logging off here in 5 minutes to go get my son from work. Shout out to my son. He'll be 18 next month, so that'll be interesting. What a move by Io Sky, putting Liv Morgan down. Hopefully we get to see the end of this match before I have to sign off. Definitely don't want to sign off. We've got 107 people viewing this right now, but it is what it is. I missed that. Miguel said happy birthday. It's not my birthday, but someone's birthday maybe. I missed that part. Mine is in July. I'll be turning the next number in July. So, but Rhea Ripley is back. Raquel Rodriguez is someone who could be just like a Rhea Ripley. It's just she doesn't have the it factor, I think. Oh, Miguel, I just was talking about his birthday, and I'm sitting here wondering who you're talking about. So yes, thank you. I'll let him know. That'll be on March 13th. So Liv Morgan gets the win by count out or by disqualification. So again, Io Sky, she's not going to not be in the chamber. It'll just be a matter of her getting in through like a second chance battle royal or something. So Liv Morgan is in. Now, if there are only 3 spots for Raw and 3 spots for SmackDown, that means that the third and final match on the Raw side will have to be some sort of battle royal where Io gets in because she's too good to not be in the match. And I think this is just them teasing that. So, and again, what this is, guys, this is long-term booking. They have you to believe that she's not going to WrestleMania. She's going to win. She's going to get in the Elimination Chamber, and she's going to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So this is long-term storytelling. AEW, take a hint. This is how you do things. So, but guys, and there we go. Qualifying match, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So I'm not sure how I feel about that one because I don't want Lyra winning on taking Bayley's spot, but I don't want the Intercontinental Champion losing. So not sure. And then next week, Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. So guys, I am going to have to sign off here to make sure that my son gets picked up in time. So again, thank you to the 107 people watching us. And before you sign off, if you have yet to hit that like button, if you have yet to subscribe, this is your opportunity to do so. Please do so. We will be back live 1 week from tonight with Robert and myself covering the next episode of Monday Night Raw live. And until then, guys, we will see you around the ballpark. Bye, guys.